The fans are ready to go tonight for first kick here in Frisco, Texas. It is a beautiful night, a perfect night to crown a champion here in MLS Next Pro. The teams are ready to take to the fields. This is the first MLS Next Pro Cup that is not in Columbus, Ohio. It is North Texas that gets to host this 2024 edition of Next Pro Cup. As the trophies are coming onto the field, that is what everybody is playing for tonight. Will it stay in Texas here with North Texas SC, or will it be heading up to Pennsylvania and Philadelphia with Union 2? The teams are entering the field tonight here at Toyota Stadium. We are moments away from kicking off this third edition of MLS Next Pro Cup. It's Philadelphia Union 2 and North Texas SC. It's coming up right here on Apple TV. Tonight's starting lineups, we start with Philadelphia Union 2 and head coach Marlon LeBlanc. It's the typical 4-4-2 diamond for the Union.
So essentially, this is going to be the engine for this team. They want to create overloads and they want to break out quickly in transitional moments. But my eyes go into number 24, Pariano. You want him to stay home, to be that single pivot, insert, and be that security blanket in front of that back four. Westfield on the left-hand side, he's going to get a little bit higher, and Anderson and Davis. Anderson might pop in a little bit and be part of the build-up phase, and expect Ed Davis to run in behind and stretch this back line.
For North Texas SC and head coach Michel Garbini, just one change in his 3-4-3 tonight.
And it's going to be Rose. He comes back from a red card suspension, and him and his work rate in Endley, providing the width and understanding when to pick and choose their times when to join the attack, but also when to drop down and provide that back line of five. Sainty will provide coverage under Westergrain and Gordon, and then you have Garcia and Norris. Garcia might play a little bit deeper. Norris will be box to box. Farrington, you want him to stay as high as he possibly can so Pedrinho can come underneath and search the game. He's going to be a game changer. Number 10 on the right-hand side. Look out for him. How quickly can he get up to tempo?
We are ready to go tonight from Frisco, Texas and Toyota Stadium. The third edition of MLS Next Pro Cup. And the first edition outside the city of Columbus, Ohio. The Western Conference champions in North Texas SC. The Eastern Conference champions in Philadelphia Union 2. We are ready to crown a champion in 2024 in MLS Next Pro. Our referee tonight is the MLS Next Pro Referee of the Year, Joshua Encarnacion. There is the whistle, and we are underway tonight from Frisco, Texas. So much to consider when you look at both North Texas SC and Philadelphia Union 2. North Texas, though, the top team in all of the land. That's why they are hosting this game tonight. Finishing first in the West in the regular season, 2.2 points per game, their best in club history. And they are looking to bring home their second title in club history after winning USL League One in 2019. There's a lot of talk about seeing what they did that year and now trying to replicate it again here in 2024.
I do think the first 10 to 15 minutes is going to be really important for either one of these sides because they talked about, watch out here.
Here's a giveaway. It's Anderson, Marcus Anderson moving this down the line. Early chance, shot blocked, out of play. CJ Olney nearly opening the scoring inside of a minute.
Talked about Anderson and Davis, that front two, but they have the ability to bring players into this game. Understanding if you slow it down, now you afford Olney to come around the corner, but give credit to Gordon. Recovers extremely quick. Safety provides a coverage. Good start for Philadelphia Union here on the road.
And it will be CJ Olney who had that early chance to swing in this corner kick. First of the game for the Union. Trying to put it right on top of Colodi. He didn't get it. And North Texas able to get this out of harm's way. Philadelphia coming out with some good early intensity as this ball comes out of play. If you're Marlon LeBlanc, that's what you want to see from your side.
Exactly. You want to test this goalkeeper early and often. If you're Colodi, you decide to come off of your line, you need to make sure that you're going to make a play on this ball. Sainty yet again provides coverage on the back post. Shaky start for North Texas here within their defensive structure.
Michael Collodi making 5 saves in that Western Conference final against St. Louis. For Philadelphia Union 2, it was a dominant Eastern Conference final at home at Subaru Park. A 4-0 win over the reigning Eastern Conference champions in Columbus Crew 2. And as head coach Marlon LeBlanc said, there's very few times as a coach I walk off the field feeling satisfied. He said, I really felt satisfied after that one. For good reason. Marcus Anderson scoring a brace. It was Kevin Sullivan who got it on the goal scoring as well. Frankie Westfield scoring the 4th goal of the night for the Union. Here's Herbert Endeley now for North Texas, their first venture forward. A team that will look to keep the ball, but it's not necessarily a Philadelphia team that is on the ball a whole lot. They average about 45% of the ball through the regular season.
And you just see how comfortable this Union side is without the ball, because we talk about that middle forward, right? You want to play in a diamond, but when they're out of possession, you have Vasquez, they drop next to Pariano, so now you have a line of 3, and they're very comfortable in understanding if one steps out, the other 2 provide some coverage. So I'm looking at Garcia and Nolan Norris. What does that relationship look like essentially to test them? Because if you can pull one of them out, essentially, that's when you can get Farrington more involved here.
Gavin Wetzel not able to keep that ball in play on this near touchline. It's a North Texas side, 9 wins, no losses, 5 draws. That's good for 36 points at home. And interim head coach Michel Garbini knows it might be a little bit different tonight. They normally play their home games down in Arlington, Texas at Choctaw Stadium, but tonight playing it right here at the home of FC Dallas at Toyota Stadium.
And it's quick to point out, Josh, as well, that the artificial surface there at Choctaw, so it's going to be a little bit different here. Natural grass, the way that the ball is going to move. Does that play a factor?
Carl Sainty with the line-breaking pass. It comes in the middle, and Garcia moves it down the line. Nolan Norris, early ball across. Cleared away at the back post. Vasquez able to help it out for Philadelphia. And this is where Philadelphia wants to go quickly in transition. North Texas do well to close that down. Here's Rose to touch it in field. Pariano couldn't keep it. Norris finds space on the far side. Sends Herbert Endeley off to the far touchline. He'll keep it for North Texas. North Texas started this playoff run with a 3-2 win over Vancouver Whitecaps 2. Then in the next round, taking on Tacoma Defiance, winning that one 4-1. They only trailed for 2 minutes in that game. Otherwise, they have not trailed throughout these playoffs, even though it took extra time last time out against St. Louis City 2. Interim head coach Michel Garbini said he was very pleased with how his team responded after a tough first 45 minutes, and he said they were much better in the second half and extra time. And mentioned the 5 saves out of Michael Collodi. He said maybe you don't want to have to rely on him as much tonight.
But it's going to be a completely different animal facing this Philadelphia Union side. A side that scored 59 times in the regular season. You have Davis with 13 goals, only with 6, so they can hurt you in so many different ways. We talk about combination play, we talk about transitional moments, but if they can put the ball on the deck and find this young man, good things will happen. Kevin
Sullivan trying to race forward. Sullivan, the 15-year-old, the MLS Next All-Star Game MVP earlier this summer with a goal and an assist in that game. 5 goals, 4 assists in total for Kevin Sullivan here in 2024, his first as a professional. Here to play it over the top. Sullivan couldn't bring it onto that left foot. See the pressure, in Philadelphia winning the ball back quickly, and they'll move it back for Owethu Makanya.
7 minutes in, Union are doing a really good job at forcing North Texas to one side of the field. And when they do that, they have a lot of numbers at clogging passing lanes. So the message for Michel Garbini is that if you can draw the Union to one side of the field, you have to have the ability to change a point of attack. So that's why I do think the wing backs for the home side are going to be crucial at relieving some of the pressure.
It's Davis who finds a little bit of width. Now the cross deflected. An easy catch for Michael Collodi. 2024 MLS Next Pro Goalkeeper of the Year. Collodi in his first pro season out of Columbia, the Ivy Leaguer. And a player down at the moment, Referee Joshua Encarnacion stops play. It's Logan Farrington who's holding the right side of his neck. Farrington, who came off after 27 minutes in the Western Conference Final.
Two physical players. There's a little bit of an extension of the left arm from Macania. In my opinion, would have been really harsh to call a foul there. But Farrington, how good can he be at holding up play? Because Neil Pierre, Macania, very physical, and they're very aggressive stepping off of their line. So if you're North Texas, how quickly can you get Logan Farrington involved early and often here?
Farrington, the third pick in the most recent MLS Super Draft out of Oregon State. 4 goals, 5 assists in all competitions for FC Dallas in 2024. FC Dallas, or pardon me, North Texas getting into their build here with Mads Westergrain. Now Tyshawn Rose moves it over the top, looking for Farrington. It was cut off by Pierre. And the header out of play. Vasquez trying to go quickly, but he'll slow it down. Now Pariano in the middle.
Yet again, Josh, you understand how aggressive Marlon LeBlanc wants his 2 center backs to be, to step into Farrington. Like I said earlier, the Union, 9 minutes in, have shown how clever and disciplined they are in their defensive structure. It's a really good ball there.
Pierre out wide, it's Frankie Westfield. Now Kevin Sullivan getting on the ball. Early cross in, going back post, knotted back centrally. The shot by Anderson's blocked. Back for Anderson a second time, and it sneaks in! Marcus Anderson, after a brace in the Eastern Conference Final, opens the scoring in MLS Next Pro Cup.
Through 9 minutes in, they've been the better side. Composed with the ball, expansive in nature. You start on one side of the field, you end on the other, but give credit to Wetzel to pick out his striker, and as a number 9, Josh, the composure in around that 18-yard box to create a little bit of space, a little bit of separation. Look how quickly he sets his feet, gets his first touch out of his body, and simply guides it into that far post. Colodi cannot come over quick enough. What a start this is for the Union here on the road. 10 minutes in, 1-0.
Marcus Anderson, his 7th goal this season for Philadelphia Union 2, scored a brace in that Eastern Conference Final, and he is feeling in good form at the moment now as Philadelphia Union 2 grab the lead on the road. It's a Union 2 side that earned 22 points on the road in 2024. That was the 2nd best in the Eastern Conference. So now this ball is played in behind, but the flag will stop any further progress. And offside back to North Texas. Marcus Anderson, we talked to him this week. He said this is his first season with the Union. He said he came to Philadelphia in February. Before that, he was in Spain. A bit of an interesting journey that his soccer career has taken him. Lower divisions in Spain. He was born in Brooklyn. He played his youth soccer with the Manhattan Kickers. Went over to Spain. Now he's with the Union, and Marlon LeBlanc has to like what he has seen from his striker up top.
You saw how technically gifted he is in tight areas around that 18-yard box to get that first touch and quickly have a strike on goal. You have a player, especially a striker, that's full of confidence. You can see it. Exactly what Anderson does there. Sainty plays essentially at the center back position for Michel Garbini. He has the ability to come up in a more comfortable single pivot role. So do not be surprised if you see him be a little bit aggressive at stepping up into that middle third for North Texas.
David Vasquez and that left foot. He'll play it down the line. CJ Olney in space. Olney's first time cross going back post. There was a collision at the top of the area. Frankie Westfield called for the infraction there as both him and Logan Farrington are on the ground.
Michel Garbini is very livid here on this sideline. That's not X and O's, that's execution and staying turned on mentally. You cannot afford CJ Olney to be that free on a set piece. Top of your box, Wetzel comes in to clear foul. Good call from Joshua Encarnacion.
time for Philadelphia on the ball. Macania and Frankie Westfield. Looking centrally, it's knotted down. Going back to Anderson for a moment, you mentioned those touches in tight space. He talked about, as you see the foul in the middle, in Spain, how technical the game was. So that really helped him in those sorts of situations. And it shows itself in one of the biggest games he's ever played.
And what he does before the ball arrives is what is so impressive, right? How quickly he sets his feet. So now that gives him the ability to have a clean first touch. And when you're confident around that 18-yard box, the goal looks massive. Colodey's going to want that one back because he saw after the ball walked over that end line, he was touching his test, said it's my fault, I should have made that save. So now what does the response look like for North Texas?
Sean Rose to get it back in play. He missed the last game after picking up a red card against Tacoma Defiance. It was Zane who stepped into that left back or left wing back position. And he moves back to the bench, does Abdul Zane tonight for North Texas.
It's a really
There's
good ball.
Pedrinho, and Michel Garbini said they need to get him on the ball as much as possible tonight. Pedrinho with 12 goals, 8 assists this season. Pedrinho will move it across for Rose. And this Sally gets by one, tries to split another. It'll trickle out of play, and it's a corner kick coming. Deep in that corner now for North Texas.
We'll talk about that front three for North Texas. Pedrinho's going to come a little bit more central, so the spaces that he picks up are going to be crucial. You want him to play off of the shoulder Pariano in those half spaces, because then you allow Sally to be vertical and 1v1 on this near side.
Pedrinho ready to deliver. Header away at the near post. Endley just trying to send it forward, and an easy take there by the 18-year-old Andrew Rick. Rick has made 6 starts in Major League Soccer this year for the Philadelphia Union first team. He's been the go-to goalkeeper here as of late in this run into the playoffs, as it's one back in the middle, but Union 2 able to get it back on their feet.
I think you need Sainty to be a little bit more selfish in that situation, continue with the momentum, continue to be aggressive, and then you allow Macania or Pierre to step, and that's when you play the ball into Farrington. A little bit too early. Good read by the 2 center backs for the Union, just stepping in and clogging a passing lane.
Rick, the long distribution. Westfield calmly keeps it in play. Now it's Eddie Davis. Moves it out wide and touch down the line for Westfield. Tries to cut it back, was looking for Sullivan. And Sullivan trying to help keep possession. He does just that. Comes in the middle, another shooting chance, and a save by Michael Colodi.
It's in the DNA of the Union. How quickly can they recover the ball once they lose it? The amount of numbers surrounding Sainty, clogging passing lanes, tough to break down. Relentless pressure. Fortunate for Colodi, comes to this least preferred right foot of Vasquez. But how good has this front two for the Union been? Anderson and Davis, the ability to bring players into this game and really asking some questions of North Texas in that back line.
Nico Gordon looking quickly over the top. Pedrinho, a heavy first touch, possession turned over again. Now the through ball, it's Anderson onto it again. Anderson! The flag is up for offside. Warning signs, no doubt, for North Texas SC.
Just having a really difficult time figuring out who's going to step, who's going to drop, and who's going to provide some rotation on the back end of it. Kevin Sullivan's position is pulling out Sainty, so now Westergrain and Gordon not providing coverage and staying a little bit too narrow. Not looking like a team that's only conceded 32 times in the regular season.
Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Carl Sainty now in the middle. North Texas just trying to keep the ball to stem this early tie. The early goal from Marcus Anderson. Pedrinho dropping really deep to try to keep the ball now for North Texas. And they'll start again from the back. That's a risky pass, but it gets through for Westergrain. And now in is Sally. Sally tries to cut it in.
All right.
It's one back. Now Nolan Norris in the middle. Now Kevin Sullivan looking through the middle. Oh, it's a bad deflection, and Eddie Davis could be in on goal. Davis onto his left foot. Davis scores! Smash and grab from Union 2, and it's 2-0.
We mentioned it in the open, Josh. They're going to play vertical. They're going to be direct. And they're going to battle for second balls. Whether it's Kevin Sullivan, whether it is Anderson or Eddie Davis, lethal. When you talk about a number 9 understanding the spatial awareness, uses momentum to his favor, Endley comes across, little step over, and watch the technical ability. How he shifts it to his left foot, keep his shoulders over the ball, and wrong foots Colodi. Clever finish. Dream start to double their lead within 20 minutes here, the Union.
The 18-year-old Eddie Davis, his 14th goal on the season. A player previously in the New York Red Bull system, comes over to Philadelphia, started with the U17s, and now is turned into one of the top young goal scorers in the Union system. And all of a sudden in this game, 2-0 to Union 2 on the road against a North Texas team that has barely had anything going for them in this game.
But again, Josh, it's just a breakdown and understanding who's going to step in. You cannot afford your 3 defenders to engage in one ball.
There's Tyshawn Rose trying to come forward. It's one back, and this is when Philadelphia's really hurt North Texas tonight. Westergrain calm as he brings it off his chest. This runs out of play.
Exactly what I was talking about, Josh. One ball played centrally, so now you have Westergrain, Saintsy, and Gording all stepping in, and that affords Anderson a clear path towards the goal. But now you see Michel Garbini change a little bit tactically. Sainty's going to play in the midfield next to Norris, so now you have a 4-2-3-1. You have a little bit more structure. You have more defensive coverage. And you have the ability to commit a little bit more numbers higher up the field. Pedrina's going to play centrally. Garcia's going to pop onto the right-hand side. Solly will provide width on this left side. So mid-game tactical shift from Michel Garbini.
Marlon LeBlanc has to love this start for Union 2. He said his last week was maybe the best performance ever for a Union 2 side. I wonder where he'd rank these first 17 or so minutes. To touch it around Rose. North Texas able to keep it now with Westergrain. Garcia being hassled. Here's Mariano to help keep it, and down the line, it's out of play. And let's send it down to the field. Jalil Anibaba is standing by with FC Dallas's Bernard Kamungo.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Josh. Here with the homie Bernard Kamungo, just to ask you, what has it been for you to be able to ascend, not only from North Texas, not only to FC Dallas, but into the national team as well? What's this experience like being back?
I think for me, it's always about just taking every moment at a time, kind of, just do your job and, let everything else kind of work out, just the way it's supposed to. So, because most of the time, people just look out for that one day of working, that 2 days, 3 days. It takes a lot more than that. So for me, it's always about, working every single day. Just be the best version of yourself every single day, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, and it's been on display. You do that each and every day. But when you come back here in the stadium where you work each and every day and you see the team that you used to play for playing in a final, what memories does it bring back specifically for you when you were playing for North Texas?
Nah, definitely. This is a dream for everyone, being out here and play for such an amazing thing, that, not just for the club, but you play for your family as well. For me, I've always wanted to play in the final, especially MLS Next Pro is something that I dreamed of, but Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but I'm so proud of all the guys that are able to do that, make that dream happen. And I don't know, man, I couldn't be more happier. I've got a lot of people I know in this field, a lot of friends, a lot of teammates I played with, so I'm just so happy for everyone out here.
I mean, and I'm happy for you. You should be happy for them. Thanks for being out here, and thanks for taking the time.
No, of course, man.
Great to hear from Bernard Kamungo, who came from being an open trialist to now making it all the way to the first team, earning a cap for the U.S. men's national team as well. Tomas Pondeka, who starts on the bench tonight, became the 5th open trialist to sign a contract. That's part of the pipeline for this FC Dallas North Texas setup.
Take it a step further, you look at this Philadelphia Union side. 2, if not the best 2 academies in all of MLS at creating that player pathway. That's a ball here.
Long over the top for Logan Farrington. He'll collect it for North Texas. They try to get something going in this game, and it's a throw-in back to Philadelphia. And the Philadelphia supporters that have made the trip are in that corner. Frankie Westfield getting them all sorts of pumped up.
Just seem to want it a little bit more, this Philadelphia Union side. First every 50-50 duel, first to react, and you see the passion coming out within from Westfield, who's been a fantastic addition to this side on the left back position. To exactly what we're talking about. Farrington a little bit too casual in the way that he approaches it. Good call from our officiating crew yet again.
Frankie Westfield, part of the MLS Next Pro Best 11, was committed to Penn State and now has decided to stick here with Union 2, and it is really paying off in one of his best seasons. 7 goals, 6 assists, as Nolan Norris is brought down in the middle by Marcus Anderson.
And these are situations now, if you are North Texas and Michel Garbini, you want your side to slow the game down, get your players higher up the field, and put in quality service. You're aiming for right between that 6-yard box and penalty mark to, number 1, cause chaos in front of that man, Rick, but also test his decision-making. Is he gonna go, is he gonna stay? Big opportunity here to cut this lead in half.
Pedrinho, Garcia stand over it. This will be Pedrinho to deliver. Flick towards goal. It's onto the roof of the net. It's a goal kick, and we can welcome in Michelle Montaigne.
Yeah, guys, as you could imagine, extreme frustration from Garbini on the sidelines, not after just the first goal, but the second one as well, especially because he told us a big emphasis coming into this game was being aggressive defensively, especially in these first 15 minutes. They knew Philly was going to come out hard in the first 15. Now, prior to that goal, remember, they had only trailed for 2 minutes in the postseason. They've obviously more than doubled that so far here in the Cup final.
Michel Garbini, who transitioned into the interim head coach role earlier this year after original head coach Jean Gall moved up to the first team as an assistant. Michel Garbini, though, who has been with this club since 2019, the longest tenured staff member, was named interim head coach on June 22nd. 9 wins so far in his tenure as interim head coach, and it's been pretty magical. He was part of the assistant coaching staff under Eric Quill when they won the title in 2019, and now he gets to lead this team into this final this time around. Philly trying to look for it again. It's Sainty who steps in for North Texas. And now Nolan Norris looking for that long switch of play. That ball right on the money for Herbert Endely. An advantage being played as Norris was cut down as he let that pass go. Endely trying to sneak his way forward. It runs all the way through for Andrew Rick.
Those are the types of actions that you need to have a little bit more consistency. If you are North Texas, you draw Union to one side of the field, and now with your wingbacks, they're isolated. Endely and Solly like to go 1v1 and provide that width and that outlet. And just look about the commitment, Josh, for Philadelphia Union. That's CJ only backtracking about 50, 60 yards, doing his defensive duties. And that's a big reason why they're up 2-0 in this Cup final.
North Texas up against it here at home, and another free kick for Philadelphia. This portion of the match is brought to you by WSFS Bank. 2 goals for Union 2. Both of the strikers getting the goals tonight. Marcus Anderson in the 9th minute. Eddie Davis 9 minutes later in the 18th minute. The highest scoring team in the Eastern Conference in Philadelphia Union 2 with 2 early goals in this cup final. Here's Westergrain. Looking through the middle, Garcia trying to take it on the turn. It's cleaned up easily by Vasquez, and back to Andrew Rick yet again. Only for Sullivan. Pressure there on Macania. Again back for Andrew Rick. Philadelphia looking like the more comfortable of the 2 teams in the early going. Over the top again. Davis trying to bring it onto his foot. Nico Gordon, physical defending. It sends Davis to the ground. There's a stoppage in play here because it's a head injury. And because it is a head injury, the off-field treatment rule will not be in effect because the referee brought play to a stop.
But it's better in terms of the rotation for North Texas. As Rose steps up now, Gordon needs to provide coverage. That wasn't happening earlier in that first half. Physical center back Gordon, the leader of this North Texas side. Good to see Davis on his own power, up on his feet.
And Gordon, you can see blood coming out of his nose, which is the reason for the now extended stoppage and trainers entering the fields. Gordon, another MLS Next Pro Best 11 player, coming over from Birmingham City in England. His pro debut back in 2020 over to the Montserrat International. Throw some gauze up there and good to go, right?
Should do the trick, right?
Michel Garbini is hoping he can stop the bleeding for his team right now. Philadelphia all over them in the early going. 2 goals inside of 18 minutes. But similar to last week against St. Louis, Michel Garbini said St. Louis gave us a tough time, but we made the adjustments going into halftime. He thought the second half and extra time was better. They're going to have to do the same thing here tonight as we welcome in Michel Montaigne, who is with the Director of Academy and Pro Development for Philadelphia, John Shear.
John, all season you guys have fielded one of the youngest squads in all of MLS Next Pro. How does it feel for you? How does it feel for the club, for you guys to make it to the MLS Next Pro Cup?
Yeah, we're really excited and happy for the boys. It's a product of us believing in young talent and having an environment where we're able to nurture and help the players, but they've earned it. They've earned the opportunity to showcase themselves tonight, and yeah, we're firm believers at our club that winning comes from effective player development.
Kevin Sullivan obviously gets a ton of the attention, but there is a lot of young talent on this team. What does that pressurized situation do for their development?
Yeah, look, it's a fantastic atmosphere. They have to certainly perform at a high level against great opposition in front of a big crowd with media attention. So this prepares and helps them mature on and off the field for the next level.
Mentally, how do you help these young players prepare for a match of this magnitude?
Yeah, it's about creating the best possible environment we can every single day, and we have a platform with MLS Next and MLS Generation Adidas Cup where we're playing some of the best domestic and international competition that helps them for this, but hopefully for the next level as well.
They've been so fun to watch all season. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.
This Union 2 side has just been so successful here this year, and a lot of these players on the field have made up those back-to-back U17 GA Cup titles. This is one of 5 teams in MLS Next Pro who made the playoffs in each of the first 3 seasons of this league, and we're seeing on full display here tonight now as Enes Sali tries to come forward for North Texas. Sali gets it back, trying to cut it in field. Here's Pedrinho after a fancy pass. Andrew Rick is out to claim it. The flag is up for offside.
And that is when North Texas are at their best, when they come centrally and they're very quick to combine. around their opposition. Pedrinho, Solly need to become a little bit more narrow and provide some support to Farrington. That front three has been very disconnected. Pedrinho about a yard offside. If you're Michel Garbini, that's going to remove some of the confidence that you've been lacking for your attacking phase of this game.
So far, 5 shots to 1 in favor of Philadelphia through 32 minutes. And it's Philadelphia and Kevin Sullivan streaming forward again. Ball moved out wide for Westfield. Trying to whip that in front of goal. Miss hit and out of play. If you're North Texas, how do you get a few more moments like we just saw a few minutes ago?
I think you just need to have a little bit more composure. Sainty is a player that comes to mind who's going to play centrally. We talked about the tactical shift from Michel Garbini. He pushing up a line higher, so now he gives you some confidence to settle into this game, right? If he gets on the ball, now you afford Garcia and Norris to push a little bit higher and provide support to that front three. And I think that's going to be the key. That front three, how confident can they be over the course of their first 33 minutes? We haven't really seen them combine. We haven't really seen them produce individual brilliance moments that we've come to expect from this North Texas side.
Sullivan threw himself into that challenge. Now Herbert Endley coming forward. Logan Farrington for North Texas. Dancing on the ball. Sally trying to get out of the way as he gets back on side. Farrington back to the top of the area. Garcia. And now Sainty lets it rip. It was blocked almost right at impact. And a throw in for North Texas.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Josh. As Farrington shifts down to that right-hand side, there's no coverage, no support. No players that are providing some angles that he can play into.
Here's Rose trying to get his laces through it. That caroms well out of play. North Texas growing into this game a little bit more, but they have a big hill to climb here on their home fields. Or I guess home away from home. They train here at North Texas. The training field's to our left. They play their regular season matches and their first few playoff matches down at Choctaw Stadium in Arlington. Good move to get into the area. There was some contact there. Referee had a good look at it. Westfield's maybe a bit lucky. This isn't a point to the spot as Farrington went down.
Initially, it does look like there is a little bit of contact between Westfield and Farrington. It's his first touch to set him up. The second, there is an extension of the arm. Joshua Encarnacion has a fantastic angle on it. Farrington does go down a little bit too easy.
It's another free kick going Philadelphia's way. That's Sullivan who has to pick himself up off the turf. Carl Sainty now in conversation with the MLS Next Pro Referee of the Year, Joshua Encarnacion. Now another free kick for Union 2. We've seen glimpses of Sullivan's brilliance tonight. We definitely saw it last week when he scored that goal against Columbus. CJ Olney stands over it now for Philadelphia. Gets it towards the top of the area, caroming around. Nick Pariano keeps it for Philly. Vasquez dispossessed. There's Norris, his buddy taking it off of him. Now a chance to hit this from distance, dipping right in front of Colodi. Macania trying his luck from 40 or so yards out.
But fantastic read to sniff out this pass because you have Salvi wide open on this near side. Ability to go 1v1, but that's been the story of this first half for the Philadelphia Union. How quickly can they get, number one, into their defensive structure? But second to that, the ability to recover the ball really quickly in clogged passing lanes. North Texas have not been able to really find any solutions, especially in central locations.
Pedrinho trying to play in behind. Westfield just able to get a touch on that, back for Andrew Rick. And calm under pressure is Rick as he sends it right back for Westfield. North Texas side that ended the regular season unbeaten in 6. It's 4 wins, 2 draws. They won both of those shootouts with only 1 loss in their last 11. It came against St. Louis. in the run into the playoffs, and then they were able to avenge that loss to St. Louis last week. Herbert Endely. Ahead, Garcia. Under some pressure there by Pierre. Garcia able to keep it under that pressure. Now 2 tan shirts over there. Garcia goes down. Free kick, North Texas.
Fantastic work here from Garcia as a center midfielder. When you pick and choose your times when to join the attack, you have to be spot on. He does just that. Picks up his head, no one in central location, so just goes towards the end line, creates a little bit of contact, really cleverly goes down and wins a dangerous set piece for his side.
Masterminds of Diego Garcia. Pedrinho standing over this. Andrew Rick commanding that area. It's a 2-man wall right at the edge of the area for Philadelphia. About 7 minutes to go until halftime. North Texas trying to cut into this deficit. Play it towards the top of the area. Herbert Endely now will send this one in. Gordon's header on target and taken by Rick. And Philadelphia wants to go quickly. Rick maybe a bit hesitant to let it go, but Gordon had the chance of the game so far for North Texas.
Clever from the home side. You go short to try to catch the back end of this Union's line sleeping. That's exactly what happens, but if you're Gordon, you need to head this ball back across the face of goal into that near post of Rick, because now you're asking him to go against his momentum. Big opportunity missed for North Texas.
North Texas tied for the 4th most goals in all of MLS Next Pro this season. The best goal difference across both conferences as well at plus 24. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Health, the official healthcare partner of FC Dallas and North Texas SC. Norris through the middle for North Texas. His distribution has been on point tonight and connects with Farrington down the left. Farrington cuts it in, stumbling. It's Rose who picks it up. He crosses. Deflected in the box. Farrington, good touch into space to keep it for the home side. Tayshaun Rose for Farrington. And now Sali. Pedrinho trying to work his way through. Garcia couldn't collect it. And Philadelphia now looking upfield. Here is Sullivan. Pariano, the pivot point in the middle. He goes down. Advantage being played as Pedrinho took him down. Now patience shown by Philadelphia. All the way back to their goalkeeper, Andrew Rick. CJ Olney down the line again. Westfield. Now with this 2-0 lead, maybe Philadelphia being a bit more patient from that kind of run and gun from what we saw in the opening few minutes.
A little bit of maturity shown here for Marlon LeBlanc's side. Understanding you do not need to go 100 miles per hour every single time. Pick and choose your times. And yet again, second balls have been the difference here.
Coming infield again, and maybe another chance here for Philadelphia. The shot was blocked. It was Vasquez weaving his way through. Another chance here for Philadelphia. Play to the back post. Sullivan was crashing in. Bounces out of play. It's a goal kick, and the Union, they're just keeping the pressure on.
They're just finding so much joy when they play direct. They challenge for the initial ball, but it's the second ball that's been the difference maker for the visiting side. Whether it is Saints, whether it is Norris or Garcia, not having the ability to drop down and provide some coverage. And that's why you start to see Vasquez only winning those duels higher up the field and gaining some really important real estate.
Pass off the mark. Start to get a little bit closer to halftime. It's at that point where if you're North Texas, you got to keep it where it's at or get another goal back into this. If you're Philadelphia, you're saying, if he gets this to 3-0, imagine the confidence or lack thereof in the North Texas locker room.
Talk about managing emotions, especially with a lot of these young professionals. Last 3 minutes here, if you are Philadelphia Union, you play simple, you keep the ball moving, you keep the game at the tempo that it's at. And if you're North Texas, now you have a little bit of frustration starting to set in. You cannot afford to go into a silly challenge recklessly and pick up a yellow card or even a red card here. So that's going to be the messaging for Michel Garbini to his boys. Stay true to the moment, stay true with your identity, and keep your emotions intact here, and let your football play yourself back into this game.
Back in 2019, and the only other final that North Texas played in, there was only one goal in that game. It was scored by Arturo Rodriguez. They were strong defensively that night. Not that they haven't been tonight, but Philadelphia has caught them off guard now twice. Here's Sullivan.
The Union have found a lot of success on that far end. Zenley continues to get caught a little bit high, so now you're asking Westergrain to cover a lot of coverage, a lot of ground, and he's not able to do that. That's why you start to see Westfield a little bit more aggressive in his positioning yet again. Point of emphasis for the Union.
Sullivan racing to the end line. His cross deflected out. It's a corner kick going to Union 2. The second corner kick of the match for Philadelphia. Their first came in the opening sequence of the game in the first minute.
Top of that 18-yard box, Pariano. Anything that pops out, he's just going to run onto it. But second ball is yet again of much importance.
Olney gets it to that near post. There's a foul right there. And back to North Texas. Michael Collodi wanting to go quickly, trying to catch Philadelphia out here. Diego Garcia is onto it. Garcia able to keep it. Now looking for the switch of play. It was Wetzel who stepped in, and it might spring Philadelphia forward now. Collodi out of his box, off his chest. That is as cool as you like from the North Texas keeper. It is 4 minutes of stoppage time to close out this first half. A first half that has belonged to Philadelphia. This game has been played on their terms. They average about 40.5% of the ball in the regular season. They're averaging 33% in this game right now. As it comes in fields.
Just a little bit too slow for North Texas. Great ball in from Westfield.
Sullivan goes down, whistle comes, free kick, Philadelphia.
But Enderle does a really nice job of getting himself into that final third, but it's that second and it's that third touch that slows the game down. And what that does now, that affords Philadelphia Union to get into their defensive structure and be compact with their lines. How decisive can you be? That's going to be another talking point for Michel Garbini, because once you get into that final third, that ball needs to move quick. There needs to be a lot of movement. Really testing the shape of the Union back line.
Vasquez delivers. Header away, second ball picked up by Anderson. Trying to play in Sullivan, but broken up. Now Sally for North Texas. North Texas out and running with Pedrinho. There's Neil Pierre to step in. A tug of the jersey as As Pierre goes down, will this be a yellow card coming? It doesn't appear.
I think it should be. No question asked. From Solly. Talk about the frustration exhibited right here. And talk about the commitment as well. From Neil Pierre. The pick the pocket. It's a clear yellow. No question whatsoever. Solly gets away with one here.
Well, if that's the baseline the referee is setting.
Now you're just
to be
asking for
consistent with
consistency.
it.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
Header out of play. North Texas probably just wanting to get into halftime, talk things over, see what the second half brings. Played 120 minutes last week, did North Texas, in the Western Conference Final against St. Louis. They scored all 3 of their goals in extra time. Fight for it in the corner. Sally finds a way out. And then it's turned right back over. Vasquez starting in field. Vasquez getting end line. He cuts it back. Appeals for handball. No penalty, but it is a corner kick.
One thing that's just so constant for the Union, especially in that middle location, that central location, they're just so comfortable with the ball at their feet in close proximity. Nothing there. Lester Green does a really nice job in terms of the timing when to leave his feet. No handball whatsoever.
In swinging ball, put right on top of that 6-yard box. Peloti was able to keep that ball in play. Prevents another corner kick for Philadelphia as the final seconds tick away in this first half. Only over the top. Gordon tries to cut this out, but what have you made of this first half?
Been all one-way traffic for the Union. I do think their relentless pressure has been the difference. Their want, their passion has come out from within. They're first to every 50-50 ball. They're winning their individual duels, and they're having the composure in the right parts of the field. You saw the way that Anderson took his goal, Davis as well. I do think for Michel Garbini, you have to talk about the intensity, the way that you close down space, the coverage, the tactical awareness, especially through that back line. And then you're asking for players to get on the ball to slow the game down, especially Garcia and Norris. Changing the point of attack has been where they found the most success. So how do you find that on a consistent basis is going to be really important for Michel Garbini's side.
David Vasquez with one final corner kick in the first half. There it is, and here we go. 45 more minutes from Frisco, Texas. Maybe more if we are level after 90 minutes. North Texas, it is a big hill to climb now as we start this second 45 minutes. Michel Garbini saying it's a new game now. And as we heard from Marlon LeBlanc in the first half, maybe this Philadelphia team needs to be prepared for them to be a little bit more direct.
And you can just tell the way that Michel Garbini is coming out tactically, a 4-2-3-1, so that double pivot of Norris and Sainty, how influential can they be? Garcia's going to play as a true number 10, and then underneath Farrington, Pedrinho, and you have Solly on that left-hand side, but look how aggressive Endley has been, especially in that first half. That's been a point of emphasis for the Union because he's getting caught out of position far too often. So do not be surprised if we see the Union step in, especially on this near side.
Near giveaway there from Peloti as he was trying to play out. It's just the 9th time this season that North Texas have been trailing after halftime, coming out of halftime rather, as Farrington goes down. It's a whistle here and a free kick going North Texas's direction. And it is a yellow card shown to Frankie Westfield, an early yellow card for the Union 2 captain.
Not what you want if you're Marlon LeBlanc and the Union too, especially with how much pressure you're going to be under. No need from Frankie Westfield. Comes a little bit after the ball from Farrington. Those two have been going at it all first half. Big test for his discipline and decision making for the remainder of this game.
A yellow card has been issued to Philadelphia Union 2 player number 39.
Loaded out wide for Herbert Endely.
47th minute.
Endely again. Now Pedrinho, it comes infield. Sainty lifts it out wide. Tyshawn Rose. And now Enes Sali. Sali for Farrington with his back to goal. Farrington able to move it back out to that left side. The cross coming in, dealt with right there in the middle of the box. Norris up to get his head onto it. Now taken down by Kevin Sullivan. He tried to race free. He goes to ground, and North Texas win it back.
Just see how much more balanced this North Texas side is. As Sainty slotting next to Nolan Norris. Now you have two players that can cover a lot of ground and negate any transitional moments that the Union are going to look to capitalize on here.
Endely trying to race forward again. Endely running right into Pierre. No whistle and play on. Pariano ahead for Sullivan. Now CJ Olney. Olney tries to cut it in. Nico Gordon steps in. Pariano there to win it back for Philadelphia. And Olney looks upfield. Olney on the switch of play. Collected there on the far side. A whistle. And a free kick back to North Texas. And you can already see the urgency that they're trying to play with here just 3 minutes into the second half.
Olivas knows exactly what he's doing. Just comes in front of Rosen and impedes his run to the ball. It's a clear foul.
Missed touch by Westfield, another throw-in for North Texas.
And again, just the spacing between Endely and Gordon on this near side for North Texas has they're not unable to really find the solution. There's a massive disconnect. Endely, so many times he's getting caught high. There's no real angle to play through him. So that affords Frankie Westfield the ability to step in and cut down that angle.
It's a great anecdote coming from North Texas head coach Michel Garbini. When we talked to him yesterday, he said when you have a season like we've had, the tendency is to relax. But what he's been asking his team this week is, are you still hungry? He said the message has been, are you hungry or do you just want to eat? And he said the players have shown that they are starving. They're going to have to show that they're really starving now in this second half.
Only 5 minutes in, but you just see a different tempo, a different confidence from this North Texas side.
North Texas trying to get something going. It's a whistle and a free kick. Farrington goes down, fouled by Pierre, and a set piece in a good area coming for the home side.
When talking about the lineup for North Texas, you needed Logan Farrington to be as high as he possibly can, because now he's going to occupy Macania and Pierre. And what that'll do, that'll make them be very aggressive at stepping off their line, but also now it affords Pedrinho and Selig to come underneath and just go and search the game. Fantastic action from the striker. Wins a dangerous set piece as he stands over it.
This is Farrington all by his lonesome, and some very tall Union 2 players standing in the way. Pierre right in the middle of that wall, trying to test Andrew Rick as Logan Farrington. Farrington scores! It's a way back into it off a banger from Farrington. 2-1.
Need your big-time players to stand up in big-time moments. Hits it extremely well. Notice the way that he closed up his hips at the last second. We'll see if Rick cheats a little bit, just sees it late. enough pace, enough power, flawless in the precision to kiss it off of that near post. Logan Farrington has North Texas right back into this game 6 minutes in to the second half.
You knew they wouldn't go quiet, and what a season this has been, and a yellow card coming here to North Texas. It's Pedrinho who will go into the book.
He's been extremely quiet. Pedrinho, 10 goals, 5 assists in the regular season. He has the ability to produce that little bit of individual brilliance that North Texas is going to look for. Just needs to be better at managing his emotions. No need to come through and catch Westfield.
For Farrington, just his second goal this season for North Texas as Philadelphia is trying to answer back. Shot is saved! Sullivan denied by Colodi. The two players we talked about in the build-up to this game, goalkeeper of the year, one of the bright young talents in this country. That was a head-to-head matchup between the two.
Kevin Sullivan does everything right. Hits it well, tries to wrong foot Colodi. Even better goalkeeping, the way that he comes across his goal mouth. And no spillage on the rebound whatsoever. Exhibit A why he is the MLS Next Pro Goalkeeper of the Year.
Colodi led MLS Next Pro goalkeepers in wins, tied for the most clean sheets, second in save percentage. The 28 goals conceded is the least by a Next Pro goalkeeper with 19 or more games played in 2024. It was a really strong season by Colodi, and that's why you go back to that first goal, the one that dribbles off his hands. And boy, that's just a tough one to take, but North Texas have gotten back into it now.
Just want to talk about the technical ability here from Logan Farrington, because everyone thinks this ball is going to go up and over the wall, but the way that he gets his hips and wraps his foot around it, so it's always bending away from Andrew Rick, it's a nightmare for a goalkeeper, especially when it hits off the grass right before it approaches. Fantastic strike from Logan Farrington.
North Texas looking for more over the top. Westfield contesting with Pedrinho. Now two players on yellow cards. Sainty for Garcia, and now Pedrinho finding space. Pedrinho scoops it over the top. The header is calmly back to Andrew Rick.
But again, Josh, just one too many touches from Pedrinho. When he gets that ball out of his body, Logan Farrington makes a clever run, a reverse run. First touch out of your body, second touch needs to be a pass into space.
Norris tidy through the lines, and now North Texas sprung forward again. Tyshawn Rose. Deflected pass. Sullivan there to claim it again for Philadelphia. He's going quick over the top, looking for Eddie Davis. Over the head of Nico Gordon. Still under some pressure here is Gordon. A foul and a free kick to North Texas. Pedrinho, and now Herbert Endely. Sainty curling this in, the header's down. Not enough power on it from Farrington.
We talked about the impact that Sainty can't have. Started as a center back, but naturally a center midfielder. So now he gives you the ability to break lines. In a deep line position, you just see his vision and technical ability to put this on the head of Logan Farrington. He's going to want to do better with that opportunity.
Kevin Sullivan shown his prowess of scoring from distance. Sliding challenge by Endely. And he goes into the book. No doubt about it.
He's had a really difficult evening here, Endely. Talk about his spacing, but also his timing, the way that he comes into this really aggressive. None of the ball, all at Vasquez. Clear yellow card. Second player for North Texas in the book.
Handily, the 24th pick last year out of Indiana, played in college as an attacking player. Now he's moved into more of a defensive role. He's gotten opportunities with the first team in preseason, but he is stuck here mostly with North Texas here in 2024.
Had to get Indiana in, right?
I mean, come on. 'Tis the season.
Oh, there you go. Really interesting location here for CJ Only. You're aiming for right in front of that goal mouth, especially with the amount of traffic in front of Colodi. Any sort of redirection, it's a nightmare for him. Head height, enough pace, enough power is needed here from CJ Only.
Just a one-man wall there for North Texas, protecting the near post. Olney delivers. It was flicked at the near post. It's out of play. It was off a North Texas head, and a corner kick for Philly.
Job well done here from Logan Farrington. Pops off Frankie Westfield at the last second because he knows this ball is short. Does just enough to redirect it over that end line.
Right in front of the Bridge Brigade in that corner is David Vasquez. It's an in-swinger, back post, comes back towards that corner. Player goes down for Philly in the area as it's swept clear. A collision there in midfield, and a yellow card is coming out for Enes Sali. Collided there with Gavin Wetzel.
But again, no real need here from Sali to go into this ball. That aggressive, his studs are shown. And he comes in late over the right ankle of Wetzel.
Wetzel is down because there was a yellow card shown. The off-field treatment rule not in effect. The trainer can come on and Wetzel can still stay on the field if he is okay to continue on.
And Sali's arguing to Joshua Encarnacion, saying that he didn't see the ball. It was too high up and he's trying to make a play on it. He just mistimes it. But when you come in late, when your studs are exposed, that's what gets you in trouble.
Wetzel back on his feet. And he will stay on the fields. Back to the corner.
I have a question now. If you're Olivas, you peel out to that back post, you need to call off Eddie Davis because you have the better angle on this. Just run through it. You have momentum in your favor. And that's what you need, a little bit more of communication and command from the sub, Olivas.
Vasquez again standing over it for Philadelphia. Long ball forward. Second ball picked up. Chance to move this across for Macania. Macania trying to get end line. Macania. Cross deflected. Handily there defending. And a foul against Olwethu Macania and back to North Texas. Substitutions coming for North Texas. Abdul Zane will be coming on, and so will Anthony Ramirez. Ramirez scored what was eventually the game-winning goal for North Texas in the Western Conference Final. Zane started last week in place of Tyshawn Rose, who was suspended due to a red card. Carl Sainty is coming off the field, and so is Tyshawn Rose.
Interesting sub for Michel Garbini. I thought Sainty was starting to play himself into the game and become a little bit more influential. You see the frustration on his face. So now as Ramirez, he'll slot in as a number 10. Garcia will pop off a little bit deeper next to Nolan Norris, and Zane will provide some verticality on that far end at the left back position for North Texas.
Texas have gotten themselves back into this game through Logan Farrington's goal just out of the break. It's a one-goal game now, and it's right there for anyone to go and take it. Sane, his first touches on the field and making some Philadelphia players miss. Now Endely. Pedrinho. And Pariano cleans it up in the middle. Macania now for Philadelphia. Trying to play in behind. Endely's header redirected in the middle. Olivas moves it out wide. Eddie Davis trying to cut it back. Nico Gordon the block. Corner kick, Union 2. CJ Olney stands over another corner kick for Philadelphia. It's an in-swinger, back post again. It's knotted down. Loose towards the end line. Collodi comes away with it. And Collodi looks to distribute quickly and into space. Ramirez chasing after it. There's a whistle and a foul. Michel Garbini in the ear of the AR on the near side. It will be a free kick back to Philadelphia.
What a throw this is from Collodi. First off, you talk about the ability to read the game from Wetzel. It's a clear foul yet again. No real argument for Michel Garbini. Ramirez's late catches all of Wetzel, who for the last 5 minutes has been through it. 2 hard challenges.
Got to lay it all on the line to win an MLS Next Pro Cup. Another header out of play. Throw into Philadelphia. They are preparing a sub here momentarily. Long throw from Westfield. Gets it into the box. The header away by Norris. A foul will give it back to North Texas. And a substitution coming. Jamir Berdacio will enter. It is the end of the night for the 15-year-old Kevin Sullivan. And his first pro season comes to a close here tonight.
Saw some glimpses of how special Kevin Sullivan is. What I've seen the most progression from the young man is the ability to read the game and the speed of play. Understanding when to take extra touches, when to take his individual marker on. No real secret why he has a massive future in front of him. Rosadio will play a little bit deeper, so that will push in CJ Olney in a more attack-minded role for Marlon LeBlanc.
Herbert Endely now for North Texas. Chance to cross. Gonna get it by the first man. Macania. Sal Olivas, there was some pressure coming from behind from Anthony Ramirez. Back to Michael Collodi, and they'll start again, North Texas will. Harrington was offside, couldn't make a play on it. Norris. Up over the top. Calmly back now for Andrew Rick. 25 minutes to go. Substitution starting to play a factor now in this game. North Texas might be going to their bench again here momentarily. Another throw-in goes Philadelphia's way. This portion of the match is brought to you by Subaru of America. Pedrinho for North Texas. We've talked about their number 10, trying to be influential in this game. Currently on a 7-match streak with a goal or an assist. And so far has been kept pretty quiet tonight.
Give credit to Philadelphia Union. The ability to close down space and provide coverage for one another. Watch out here.
Endely, back post! And as Sully equalizes for North Texas!
Endely, 4 assists in the regular season, but now he gives you an option on this near side. Responsibility on the weak side from Solly. Now he has to come and crash at that far post. Wetzel gets caught sleeping. Still a lot left to do with the technical ability from Solly. Full head of steam, just needs to make clean contact and redirect it back across where it came from. No chance for Andrew Rick. And just like that, North Texas draws even in the 68th minute.
Solly with his 9th goal of the year, the 18-year-old from Toronto, the Romania international, signed this year as an MLS under-22 initiative signing. And now a substitution coming for North Texas. Tomas Pondeka, the 23-year-old from Tucson, comes on. It's the end of the day for Diego Garcia.
Coming into this game, Josh, you and I talked about the width, which was going to be really important for North Texas because Philadelphia Union playing a diamond. They like to congest the central location, so now you have to go around them. How quickly can you do that? Endely has provided that outlet time and time again with a quality service, an even better finish. What a match we have here for the remainder of it, 2-2.
This is what you want in a final. Philly score the first 2, North Texas score the next 2, and Philadelphia trying to get on the board next with CJ Olney. Olney, end line, cuts it back. A whole host of players there at the top of the 6-yard box as it comes upfield. Westfield. Play it into the middle. Now Endely, brilliant service in on the goal. Philadelphia and Rocky getting a heavyweight fight right now. Punches being thrown back and forth. It's been physical in this second half. North Texas have climbed the mountain. They've gotten it back level, but where do we go from here?
Good question. It's going to be really interesting now because you have the momentum for North Texas. So you're Michel Garbini. You continue to do what you're doing, especially with Zane now. He's going to give you with fantastic ball in.
Solly to the end line and keeps it in play. Facing up with Gavin Wetzel. Trying to connect with Pedrinho, is off the mark. And Abdul Zane.
And the problem is now for the Union, Marlon LeBlanc has shifted into a 4-4-2. So now you have a flat 4. You do not have that pocket presence, which was Kevin Sullivan. So now you're asking whether it is Davis or Olivas to drop in a little bit deeper and just put a body on Ramirez or Nolan Norris. Because if they don't do that, exactly what happened with Nolan Norris, he's going to pick up his head, change a point of attack, and it's going to be chasing for the remainder of this game for Philadelphia Union.
Ramirez.
You talk about decision making as well. That can be very influential for Westfield, the left back, and Wetzel, the right back for the Union, because what Michel Garbini is electing to do now, Zane and Endely, they're pushing high and wide. So you have an overload with the 2 outside wingers plus your outside backs. So Wetzel and Westfield need to make a decision. Will they stay compact with their back line, or will they go out and 1v1 engage with the attacking-minded outside back yet again? 2v1 here.
Endely trying to play it into the middle. Ramirez, and collected again by Nolan Norris. North Texas, momentum is swung in their favor now in this second half. The early goal from Logan Farrington, and Enes Solly getting into it as well. Trying to connect with Pondeka, headed down. Pierre gets it clear. Eddie Davis and CJ Olney in that pocket of space in the middle. Ramirez striding forward, and the flag is up for offside. Let's send it down to Jaleel Anibabus with former North Texas head coach John Gall.
Yeah, John Gall, so tell me, just what was your excitement level like when you saw that equalizer hit the back of the net?
No, incredible, but it's not surprising for me. This team is resilient. It's been resilient all year long, and just knew they were going to come back, and hopefully we can get the winner.
Yeah, there's still a lot to play for. And when you talk about FC Dallas, when you talk about North Texas, you're talking about a true pathway, not for just players, but for coaches as well, one that has obviously now affected your career. What can you say about how effective FC Dallas organization is in terms of developing their players and coaches?
I mean, I think it's been years and years in the making. You know, they believe in the youth, they believe in young people, they believe in guys moving up, whether it's coaches, it's players, it's administration, it's trainers, whatever the case may be. FC Dallas is a true development pathway, and just a privilege to be part of it.
And last one for me is just so many of these players played underneath your tutelage, whether it's through the Academy of North Texas. What does it mean to you to just be able to now take a more relaxed backseat and watch as maybe a fan, if you will?
Exactly. It's been very different the last few days. A little bit less nervous, a little bit less panic stations, a little bit. But just so proud of these guys. I mean, what a relationship I built with all of these guys. Our goal this year was to win the championship, and we're close right now, and hopefully we can do it.
Very close, and you have a lot to be proud of. Thanks a lot for taking the time.
Very good. You're welcome. Thank you.
John Gall was named North Texas head coach in November of 2023 after being the interim at the end of last year. He then transitioned to first team assistant coach in June after Nico Estevez was let go and Peter Luchon was appointed head coach. And so now it's 2 straight years of interim head coaches, but Michel Garbini, we'll see now he gets elevated to the head coaching job. But great to hear from John Gall, and it's good to see that he's rooting on like a proud papa now, watching these guys go at it.
He was watching North Texas train yesterday. He just took the sense of the pride that he had on Gall and Michel Garbini, constant contact between the two of them. You really get this feel of a family, whether it is North Texas, FC Dallas, under the same roof. No coincidence why they've been so successful at pumping out pros. Great ball.
Over the top. It couldn't be collected. There was a sub during that interview as well. It was the goal scorer, Eddie Davis. He was coming out. It's Giovanni Sequeira, the 18-year-old from Venezuela, who was on loan from Metropolitanos in Venezuela. This is played through. It's a foul, and what is the card color going to be? It's red. Makanya's off. Philadelphia to 10.
We talked about positioning for 75 minutes in this match. You cannot get beaten goal side if you are a center back. Logan Farrington, really clever, gets on the inside track of Makanya. You see the right arm. Deny of a transitional moment, deny of a clear goal scoring opportunity. Red card, no question whatsoever. You cannot get caught that high on the wrong side of your striker. If you are a center back, you have to provide a little bit of coverage and stay a little bit deeper. Logan Farrington has had his fingerprints all over this second half here.
And I would assume he is the one standing over this. He scored from a very similar position earlier in this second half. And this one is exactly 26 yards out. Drino standing there as well, but this is Logan Farrington! Andrew Rick touches it over!
Almost a carbon copy of the way that he scored his first goal. Tries the wrong foot, Andrew Rick. This time elects to go a little bit higher over the wall. That is some save. Understanding the pace behind it, just simply push it up and over the bar, but you just see the whippage, the English on that ball from Logan Farrington.
Pedrinho, the in-swinger on the ensuing corner kick, headed away. Westergrain trying to nod it forward. As things stand, we'd be headed to extra time, but something tells me we might get a few more twists of the tail in these final 14 minutes. CJ Olney was offside, had to let that one go. Gordon back for Michael Collodi. This portion of the match is brought to you by UT Southwestern Medical Center, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth. Looking to play down the line again, too far for Herbert Endley. Oh, what a save just a few minutes ago by Andrew Rick to keep this game level.
The athletic ability. The ball starts essentially simply at the tail end, tries to bend away from him. Acrobatic, textbook goalkeeping from Andrew Rick, denying Farrington his brace this evening. So now if you are North Texas, it's 2-2, you're up a man. Exactly what Michel Garbini was continuing to talk about.
He's up over the top. Farrington wins the second ball, tried to slide it through. It's Petrino! It's blocked. And Andrew Rick comes away with it. And Petrino hobbled after letting that shot go.
Just going back to that point we were talking about, Josh Ford, North Texas, you're up a man. So by tendency, you continue to think you have time and space.
Floated centrally and headed clear.
To take extra touches, to pick up your head. But it's actually the opposite. You need to make the ball move extremely quick and ask Philadelphia Union to chase all over the field, because gaps will start to open up. That's when you can penetrate. So technical ability, decision making, top priority here for North Texas to get their third goal this evening.
Vasquez comes centrally now, Salalivas. Sequeira. Sliding through was Ramirez. Out of play, throwing for Philadelphia. Frankie Westfield has that long throw in his locker. And subs coming. Jose Riasco and Carlos Rojas will enter. The two Venezuelans will enter. David Vasquez is one of those exiting. And the other one is CJ Olney. Two very influential midfielders will now make way for the final 11 plus minutes of regulation. And these are the final two subs of this second half for Marlon LeBlanc in Philadelphia.
But it's a sub that you need to make. Rojas will play centrally next to Neil Pierre at that center back position. But Riasco will play a little bit higher, more of an attacking-minded sub for Marlon LeBlanc. So now, how do you galvanize the troops if you are Philadelphia Union? You're looking at your captain, Frankie Westfield, to play themselves into this major part of this match. Set pieces are going to be your best friend. You're looking for quality in every single time. You get the ability to bring players higher up the field, put the ball in a dangerous area. How effective can you be for Philadelphia Union? Talk about being effective. Neil Pierre, one of, if not the best young center back prospects in all of the country. Look how quickly he recovers and closes down the space. Flawless in his timing.
Looking for that penetrating ball right through the middle. Second ball, Sally was tripped up, but no whistle. How quickly now can Philadelphia go upfield? Not quick enough. Abdul Zane stepping in to win it back as we're into the final 10 minutes now from Toyota Stadium here in Frisco. 2024 MLS Next Pro Cup. Pondeka cutting it in. That's a give and go. Pondeka, Farrington. Philadelphia get this away. Nolan Norris. Blocked out of play. Corner kick, North Texas. And Norris asking for it from the fans.
Just no need to try to play through the immense pressure for the Union. Just clear your lines. Risk versus reward. So we talk about commitment, but also decision making. Understanding you're down a man, get the ball as far as you away from your defending goal as you can.
Ramirez on the in-swinger. Good depth on it. The header deflected. What's the decision? It's another corner kick. Westergrain, the Danish player, was up to mean it.
Times it well, Westergrain, the way that he gets there first. Always going to be a target, him, Gordon, Ramirez, Farrington.
Ramirez again, near post this time and headed away. Moved out wide, Ramirez will deliver again! Rick! Sprawling out to punch it away, got back to his feet, but a whistle will come. A free kick back to Philadelphia. Brave goalkeeping.
But what a ball this is from Ramirez, the way that he whips it in right into that area to cause a little bit of chaos. But like you said, Josh, fantastic goalkeeping. When you come off your line, you need to be extremely sure that you're going to make a play on this ball. You get there right before Gordon, you take the contact. Top class from Andrew Rick, and brave goalkeeping.
Foot race for this. Westfield wins it. Back for Rick. This portion of the match is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. 7 minutes to go. In the previous two editions of Next Pro Cup, the result hasn't really been in the balance this late into it. Could we go to extra time for the first time? Could we go to penalties for the first time? Both North Texas and Philadelphia have been to extra time during this playoff run, but only Philadelphia has had to go to penalties. Did that a couple of rounds ago when they beat Crown Legacy. Now Herbert Endely. Endely getting end line. Endely tries to cut it back. The deflection's into side netting, and it's a corner kick coming for North Texas.
Good work here from Endely because he understands Frankie Westfield is on a yellow card, so you go at him, especially in around that 18-yard box. You put him on your heels. You create a little bit of separation. It's exactly what you talk about for the Union. The ability to support one another. Rojas doubling down and denies this ball across into a dangerous area.
A stoppage here before the corner kick, and Joshua Encarnacion would like a word. Philadelphia down to 10, trying to hold on here. Ramirez, the in-swinger, couldn't get it by the first man. The first half totally belonging to Philadelphia. The second half totally belonging to North Texas. Deca. Deca, it's a foul, and now some pushing here after the play. The emotions of a final with 5 minutes to go in regulation and it being tied.
Deca has been really impactful since coming off to this field. No need for the extra. Good credit to the Union, committed to the dirty side of the ball. Exactly what Marlon LeBlanc is telling his boys. Get it out of the danger zone. No need to try to play cute here.
Up over the top, and Andrew Rick is there. Rick floats it forward. Ball played into open space. A foot race for it that Endely will win. And a stoppage. There's a player down at midfield. And this is an interesting one now, whether this is a head injury or not for Philadelphia, because Philadelphia is out of subs. They're down to 10 men. If the off-field treatment rule would be used, they'd be down to 9 men for 2 minutes. It's Sal Olivas. Olivas looks to be holding his head. Olivas making the slow walk off.
Zane that comes in. That's not going to feel good. Hopefully he's okay. So Olivas. No ill will from Zane.
And Olivas right back onto the field.
Good to see.
If you're Philadelphia, is this let's go to extra time?
100%. You try to play as vertical and as direct as you possibly can and see if you can try to nick something on the counter. Transitional moments, battle for second balls, and that's exactly what Michel Garbini is not wanting to happen.
Ponteca, end line, the cutback ball broken up. And the clearance away. Over the head of Nico Gordon. Collodi way out of his box. Got the touch right. A frantic final few minutes as Endely goes down. Free kick, North Texas.
He's been really good in this second half, Endely. The ability to continue to put pressure on with the ball at his feet, and we talked about his quality from service as well. Notice how he peeks over his left shoulder and sees Olivas coming, so he comes centrally. He cuts down the angle, feels any sort of contact. He's going to go down because he knows he's going to win this free kick. As Pedrinho stands over it, big test for that young man.
Elia Ramirez coming over to take it now for North Texas.
Yet again, the intended area is between that 6-yard box and penalty mark with an in-swinger of Ramirez to wrap his foot around it with enough pace that you just simply need to redirect.
Ramirez sends it in, the header down. There was nobody there for North Texas making the run. Collodi comes to midfield to collect. And North Texas will look forward immediately. Down the line, Abdul Zane. The challenge comes in. It was last stop Zane. Throw in Philadelphia. Throw in came too quickly. Here it is again.
But what an opportunity that is for North Texas. There is a little bit of a contact for Nolan Norris. He gets pulled down from Rojas. But if you're Gordon, you're about 6 yards out. Why not have a go? Be a little bit more selfish and really ask some questions of Andrew Rick.
5 more minutes. If nobody scores, we're off to 30 more minutes of extra time. North Texas, they've had all the momentum in the second half. They've scored both their goals in this second half. Endely coming forward as Ponteca. Ponteca! Pedrinho wins it!
You wear the number 10 for a reason, to produce magic, individual brilliance from Pedrinho. 8 games in a row with a goal and assist. For that man, take a bow. Welcome to the show. North Texas completely turns this game around in 45 minutes. We talk about an overload. Ponteca does quite well to keep himself onside, but notice the spatial awareness from Pedrinho. Every player in a Union jersey is retreating towards their goal line. So where's the space? About 6 yards out. The ball's a little bit behind him, so now it comes down to being instinctual. Technical ability, class, audacious, everything you want from your number 10 and more to give North Texas a lead late into stoppage time here at home.
What a moment for Pedrinho. It could stand up as the game-winning goal, and it could be 3 unanswered for North Texas to win it. But Philadelphia, they might have something to say here right up until the end. Still about 2.5 minutes. Might get a little bit more than that. But you mentioned it. 8 games in a row now with a goal or an assist. That is goal number 13 when you account for the regular season and the playoffs for Pedrinho. Deca had the assist. The substitute so influential. Trying to touch this through the middle. Maybe something here for Philadelphia coming together. There is no foul. What a chance there for the Union, right through the heart of this North Texas defense.
Talked about how opportunistic Sal Olivas is. Takes about 3 players on. There's a little bit of contact on top of that 18-yard box between him, Westergren, and Gordon. I think it's a good challenge in the end for Mendele. Notice the way that he comes across and puts his body between the ball, his marker, makes a play on it. Fantastic challenge from the outside back.
Final seconds ticking away. We should get more than the minimum of 5. Philadelphia down to 10. Trying to find an equalizer late on here in Frisco. Ball floated forward. Endeli, the header away. Farrington. Farrington pushed over. Free kick. And more precious seconds ticking away for Philadelphia. Can't help but think what happened a few years ago with the first team in Philadelphia. So close to beating LAFC, then now in Next Pro. So close to potentially hoisting this, but it might not be enough at the end. 2 subs coming. Malik Henry Scott and Turner Humphrey will enter. Logan Farrington is one of those coming off the fields. And Esali will be the other.
Texas SC, number 4, Turner Humphrey. And number 36, Malik Henry Scott. The substitution occurred in the 90th minute.
Josh, so what did we say at halftime for this North Texas side? You needed your front 3 to be more influential. Farrington scores a free kick. Solly scores the equalizer. And Pedrinho seems to have the winner. Talk about a response. Whatever Michel Garbini said at halftime really struck a chord. What a second half from the home side.
Loaded forward and headed away. A throw-in coming for Philadelphia. But it's a stoppage here. Pedrinho getting back to his feet. They'll have to throw it in again. We're a minute plus past the minimum of 5. Moved out wide. Westfield trying to touch it in field. There's some contact, but no whistle. All eyes on the referee now. Sequeira, as this ball's pushed out of play. That's the final whistle. North Texas on top of MLS Next Pro. The celebrations ensuing at Toyota Stadium, the second title in North Texas SC history, their first in MLS Next Pro. 3 unanswered goals, and they take home the trophy. Just a moment of individual brilliance. We saw that from Logan Farrington, but we really saw it from Pedrinho. That cheeky little flick is going to be the game winner for North Texas tonight.
Talk about taking the moment and managing the moment. As the supporters start to come onto the field to celebrate with their home side. That front three, we talked about how explosive they've been over the course of 2024. Magic, Farrington, Pedrinho, Solly answered every single question asked of them and gave North Texas a star over their crest.
People running onto the field from all over, it seems like, here at Toyota Stadium. It's a field storming here in Frisco, Texas. Michel Garbini, he was here for the title in 2019 as an assistant coach under Eric Quill. And now he's the interim head coach as they win it here in MLS Next Pro. Their first title in this league. We send it down to Michel Montaigne, who's with the winning coach.
History made. Your first MLS Next Pro Cup. How does that feel to be a champ?
You know, tough game. Tough game. We knew they have a young team, but they very, very good talents. You understand? So that was a special moment. You know, coming down from 2-0 in the first half. What those kids did in the second half was, I don't have words. And so I'm so proud of them, and so proud for the club, for the organization who just give us everything that we need. You understand? The result is there. The championship, and today was special.
To do it the way you did, you guys haven't trailed essentially all season. To come back and then to win it and to celebrate with this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
A special moment. The two men who led this team to this championship, talk about taking over from him mid-season and then taking this team all the way to the championship.
It wasn't easy. You know, a lot of changes this season. And Johnny starts the work. I took in the middle of the season, and you know, make the players believe that we could do that was our job, and they did. They did believe we could make it, and fantastic. Fantastic. Sometimes final is not about you playing, it's how to learn how to win.
Go celebrate being a champ. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much, and thank you for everything. Thank you.
What a moment there between John Gal and Michel Garbini. Sharing that moment together. All the hugs, all the hard work that has paid off after this long season. Michel Garbini talked about the changes this team went through this year, but he said we kept the same philosophy and mentality throughout. He said at the end of the day, we want to enjoy the moments. Let's go out and win it. Here they go. They've won it.
And it was interesting, Josh, on that interview with Michel Montaigne. Michel Garbini said finals sometimes are not about the way that you play. It's about understanding how to win games. And within that, you have to manage moments. Because you go down 2-0 so early in that first half, it would have been so easy for this North Texas side to hang their head and say it wasn't our night. that Philadelphia Union wouldn't take the trophy, but yet he pushed every right button. He looked on his leaders to stand up and answer the message and answer the call. And whatever he said in that halftime talk, I'll tell you what, really struck a chord, because they came out and were by far the better side in the next 45 minutes. And result of that, they get 3 unanswered and call themselves champions of MLS Next Pro in the 2024 season.
This North Texas team finishes this season having won 5 games in a row through the playoffs. They finished the regular season with an 8-2 thumping of Minnesota United 2. And it felt like that was just kind of what gave this team the momentum going into the playoffs. They scored 3 goals against Vancouver. They scored 4 against Tacoma. They scored 3 against St. Louis. 3 more goals here tonight, all unanswered.
13 goals within this playoff hunt for North Texas.
There's the math, thank you.
You look at their home record, 9, make it 10 wins, have not lost when they play in the state of Texas. Just fantastic stuff from North Texas.
Let's send it down to Giuliani Baba, who's with Pedrinho.
Pedrinho, first and foremost, you can see so many people want to celebrate already. You can see what it means to all of the people here in Frisco. But just talk to me about what you saw on the play when Endely got the ball and he got his head up, looked for you in the box. How did it develop for you?
For me, it's the best moment in the match. That's it. I work for this all year, and I'm tired, bro. My bad.
Yeah, it's you guys were working very, very hard. It looked like it was going to go to overtime. You guys have been working extremely hard. Now, how do you celebrate with all your friends? What are you going to go do with your friends, teammates, and family?
I have thank you God for this moment. It's beautiful. Champions, we work for this, and that's it. Work done. Now go to Brazil, relax with my family.
That's awesome. Well, enjoy the trip. Congratulations. Very well done.
Thank you. Mãe, te amo!
Let's go! Let's go!
This the goal, Endely, Bondeka, and that flick.
At first, it's the spatial awareness, Josh, right? Because he understands there is an area 6 yards out, and then it just comes down to brilliance, magic. It's exactly what you would expect from a player that wears the number 10, and Pedrinho did just that. Such filthy technical ability.
The celebration on. A lot of fans came onto the field here at Toyota Stadium. They're being told to go back to their seats to watch this trophy ceremony. Michel Garbini, the longest tenured staff member with North Texas. He celebrated the title in 2019 in USL League One. They now win another title here in MLS Next Pro. We talked about this game being arguably 2 of the best academy programs in all of Major League Soccer, in all of this country. The success that we saw from that 2019 team, a player like Ricardo Pepi, who's playing at the highest level. On the other side for Philadelphia, a player like Brendan Aronson, who came through this academy. They're playing at the highest levels. And that's what arguably this now batch of players can go on to do with so many youth national teamers trying to transition to the full national team.
I think that belief in the pathway, it's what a fantastic job that MLS has been able to do, whether it is MLS Next, steps into MLS Next Pro, into the first team level. And you mentioned it, Josh, North Texas and Philadelphia Union. We had the ability to speak with a lot of people in and around both of these organizations, and it was always development versus winning, right? But Marlon LeBlanc and Michel Garbini hit the nail on the head saying winning is a part of development. Both of these clubs have done a fantastic job at number 1, giving an opportunity to these players to go and express themselves and to be game changers. But what a job that MLS Next Pro has given the platform to playing games like this on Apple TV, where people around the world can see what the talent here is. Just a fantastic game between 2 tremendous clubs in MLS.
We are awaiting the trophy ceremony. Michel Garbini getting congratulations from all over. We saw Clark and Dan Hunt, the president and CEO of FC Dallas, down on the field as well. What a moment for North Texas to celebrate their 2nd title in club history, their first here in MLS Next Pro. Herbert Endley, tonight's MVP, had the secondary assist on the winning goal and then had an assist as well.
President of MLS Next Pro, Charles Alchip, as he awards the MLS Next Pro Cup to North Texas SC owners Dan Clark and Clark Hunt.
What a night. Thank you to the fans that are here in the building and all of you watching on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Philadelphia Union 2, congratulations on a great season. The future is bright, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished this year. But tonight is about North Texas SC. I see you, La Muriaga. And also I want to mention the Bridge Brigade in the corner there. Thank you for your support. The Hunt family, Clark and Dan, Coach Garbini, Matt Denny, and everybody at the North Texas SC organization. You are the MLS Next Pro champions. And now, it is my pleasure to present the 2024 MLS Next Pro Cup to your North Texas SC. Congratulations.
They say everything is bigger in Texas, and boy, that was quite a few pyrotechnics here at Toyota Stadium, but for good reason, as North Texas SC lift the trophy in MLS Next Pro. A celebration ensuing, the trophy to Clark and Dan Hunt, and I'm sure will be passed around the team as the confetti continues to fall here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Smiles all around. You can see Michelle Garbini there front and center. Nolan Norris holding that trophy. And that smile will last them quite some time into next season. The trophy, though, staying in Texas. It was Austin FC2 to win the title last year. And now it is North Texas to raise that trophy. 2 out of 3 years it has been won by a Western Conference side. They'll parade this trophy around. They'll celebrate with the fans. And maybe a word for Philadelphia as well. They go up 2-0 in this game. Boy, that's a crushing way to lose any sort of game, but a final. They put so much into this season. It's a tough way to end like this.
But the future's bright for all of these young players, these young professionals, for Marlon LeBlanc and Philadelphia Union. What a fantastic season they had, but just fell a little bit short here in this MLS Next Pro Cup. But deserving winners, which are North Texas.
We send it down to the field with Jaleel Anibaba.
So, Endley, you not only are the MVP of the final, you're also one that has spent a lot of time with the first team as well. Just tell me about how your experience with the first team has helped you here with North Texas.
My experience has been great. You know, both teams have helped me improve, and I get to where I want to be in terms of, you know, my personal development. And, you know, playing for North Texas has been a gift, honestly. I've been able to improve a lot, and obviously everybody that plays on the second team is playing with the goal to improve and get more first team opportunities. So I think that's helped all of us improve. But regardless of what team I'm playing on, I'm always grateful to represent this club and this organization, especially today.
You talked about the experience being a gift for you, but you delivered 2 gifts to be able to win. What did you see on the game-winning assist? How did that play develop? How are you able to make sure that your team remained victorious?
I just saw some space in front of me, and I saw it, and I decided to run into it. I always trust my teammates to make the right pass, so when I passed it, I knew that we'd get something out of it. They went down to 10 men, so we felt that they were kind of depleted, so we just wanted to run at them, get a bit more energy on our side, and that worked, and we got the W, so very happy for that.
You should be happy. And now with so much sacrifice that you put into this season, you can have the off-season to celebrate. How are you going to do that with your teammates, boys, family, and friends?
I'm just going to, honestly, just take probably a couple weeks off. I always say I'm going to take a couple weeks off, but it's probably going to be a couple days till I'm back in the gym touching some balls. So we're going to celebrate tonight and enjoy this victory, and then, in a couple weeks, couple months, start thinking about next season.
There you go. Congratulations and enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great to hear from Herbert Endley, tonight's MVP. Some fans getting their touches on the trophy as well. As we welcome you back in with Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. Ricky, what a game we saw. North Texas, they were down out of it at halftime, and they stormed back in that second half.
This final had everything that you would want in a final and everything you hope for. The game changed, obviously, at halftime, but give credit to Philadelphia Union. The way that they came and approached this match, first 10 to 15 minutes, all over. But you talk about moments, managing emotions. Who was going to step up and produce that little bit of individual brilliance? And in the end, it was that front three. Farrington, Solly, and Pedrinho. Fantastic results and well-deserved North Texas to take MLS Next Pro champions in 2024.
Well, they win the title. The trophy stays here in Texas as we send it down to the field. Michelle is with Dan Hunt.
Dan, you've been a part of this club since 2012, and talk about an owner that is invested in every aspect of it. Where does this rank in terms of all of the great memories you have since 2012?
This is one of the best moments. I'm so pleased for Michelle and all the players. But, you do this to develop players, but also win trophies, and that's exactly what we did tonight. And the drama was unbelievable. I want to commend Philadelphia for a great game. They're a fabulous organization there, but I'm so proud of our guys. A special night.
You talked to me earlier this week about the meaning of family within this organization. How does the family culture lead you to moments like this and then getting to celebrate with the ones you love?
Yeah, when you hear the guys break the huddle, it's family, right? And a lot of these players have been here since they were young men, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, so we've helped raise them. It's just part of our family. But we're here all the time. You're here more than at home with your family, and the work and the effort and the commitment to be great takes a lot, and a lot of sacrifice by people's families. So I'm so proud. We are truly a family organization. I love every single player and coach and fan here.
Congratulations, and thank you so much, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
Final thoughts here, Ricky in the booth. I mean, that's everything you'd want out of a final. 2 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second. What do you take away from it?
Future's bright. Obviously, you look at North Texas and Philadelphia Union, what they've been able to do, and I want to talk about MLS Next Pro for a second because especially around the league, you look at the development versus winning. I think both of these head coaches, both of these organizations, what they've done tremendously well is winning is a part of development, and you see it on the play tonight, and it's been a fantastic season, and thank you everyone for watching Apple TV, and what a match we had to end it all off.
That's exactly what you want out of a final. North Texas SC, your 2024 champions of MLS Next Pro. Philadelphia Union will hold their heads high, but in the end, not enough tonight, as North Texas will take that trophy home with them, and they can sing Queen all night long and all the way into next season. That'll do it for our coverage tonight from Frisco, Texas and Toyota Stadium. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, Michelle Montaigne, and Jaleel Anibaba down on the field. I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Frisco, Texas. North Texas are your champions. We'll see you next year in MLS Next Pro.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.